Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Trending Update USA, and I'm Stefan. Today we bring you a powerful and deeply resonant story from the world of sports, culture, and identity, as American tennis star Coco Gauff delivers a message that is reaching far beyond the baseline and into the lives of millions around the world. In a moment that has sparked conversation across social media, locker rooms, and global headlines, Gauff has made it clear that female athletes do not have to choose between strength and femininity, because they can proudly embody both at the same time. At just 21 years old, Coco Gauff has already established herself as one of the most influential voices in modern sports. She is not only a Grand Slam champion and one of the most consistent competitors on the WTA Tour, but also a thoughtful and articulate advocate for women's empowerment. Her latest comments reflect a growing movement among female athletes who are redefining what power looks like, challenging outdated stereotypes that have followed women in sports for generations. For decades, female athletes have faced a subtle but persistent pressure to conform to narrow expectations. Be strong, but not too muscular. Be competitive, but not too aggressive. Be confident, but not too outspoken. And perhaps most limiting of all, the idea that physical dominance somehow conflicts with femininity. Coco Gauff's message directly confronts this contradiction, and in doing so, she is helping to reshape the narrative for the next generation. Speaking candidly about her own journey, Gauff emphasized that strength and femininity are not opposing forces, but complementary qualities. She explained that being powerful on the court does not take away from her identity as a woman, nor does embracing femininity weaken her competitive edge. Instead, she believes that owning both aspects of herself has made her stronger, more confident, and more authentic as an athlete and as a person. This perspective resonates deeply in a sport like tennis, where women have long been scrutinized not only for their performance but for their appearance, demeanor, and emotional expression. From the clothes they wear to the way they celebrate victories or show frustration, female players are often judged by standards that male athletes rarely face. Gauff's statement challenges this imbalance head-on. Throughout her career, Coco Gauff has demonstrated remarkable mental toughness. She competes with intensity, speed, and power, regularly outlasting opponents in physically demanding matches. Yet off the court, she speaks with warmth, humility, and emotional intelligence. Rather than seeing these traits as contradictory, she presents them as two sides of the same identity. Fans and fellow athletes have praised her honesty, noting how refreshing it is to hear a young superstar articulate something many women have felt but rarely had a platform to express. Social media quickly filled with messages of support, with fans sharing how Gauff's words made them feel seen and validated, not just as athletes, but as women navigating expectations in all areas of life. The timing of Gauff's message is also significant. Women's sports are experiencing unprecedented growth in visibility, investment, and global interest. Stadiums are filling, television ratings are climbing, and endorsement deals are expanding. With this growth comes increased scrutiny, but also greater opportunity to redefine norms. Voices like Gauff's are shaping what this new era will look like. In the past, female athletes were often told they needed to downplay their femininity to be taken seriously, or conversely, soften their competitiveness to be more marketable. Coco Gauff rejects this false choice entirely. She asserts that women do not need to dilute any part of themselves to succeed, and that authenticity is not a weakness, but a competitive advantage. Her stance aligns with a broader cultural shift happening across sports. Athletes are increasingly speaking openly about identity, mental health, self-expression, and personal values. What makes Gauff's contribution especially impactful is her ability to communicate these ideas with clarity and sincerity, without sounding performative or forced. Growing up in the spotlight, since her breakout performance as a teenager, Gauff has matured under intense public attention. That experience has given her insight into how narratives are constructed around young female athletes, and how damaging those narratives can be if left unchallenged. By speaking now, she is using her platform responsibly, aware that young girls are watching and listening. Young athletes, particularly girls of color, often face additional layers of scrutiny when it comes to perceptions of strength and femininity. Gauff's message acknowledges this reality implicitly, offering a vision of empowerment that is inclusive and affirming. She shows that confidence does not need permission, and strength does not require explanation. On the court, Gauff's playing style mirrors her philosophy. She plays with speed, athleticism, and relentless defense, combined with explosive offense and tactical intelligence. There is nothing hesitant or apologetic about her game. Yet she also competes with grace, respect for opponents, and a visible love for the sport. This balance reinforces her belief that strength and femininity coexist naturally. Industry analysts note that messages like Gauff's are particularly influential because they come from athletes who are actively winning. This is not a theoretical argument, but a lived example. She is succeeding at the highest level while fully embracing her identity, which makes her words impossible to dismiss. Sponsors and brands have also taken note. In today's market, authenticity resonates more than conformity. Athletes who stand for something meaningful create deeper connections with audiences. Gauff's willingness to speak openly about identity and empowerment enhances her influence far beyond tennis. Her comments have also sparked important conversations among coaches, parents, and sports organizations about how young girls are trained and supported. Encouraging strength without shaming femininity, and celebrating competitiveness without labeling it negatively, can have a profound impact on athlete development and mental health. As women's tennis continues to evolve, figures like Coco Gauff are shaping not just the competitive landscape, but the cultural one as well. She represents a generation that refuses to accept limiting definitions and instead insists on expanding them. The response from fellow players has been overwhelmingly positive. Many have echoed her sentiments, sharing their own experiences of navigating expectations and embracing their full selves. This collective dialogue signals progress, even as challenges remain. Gauff's message also extends beyond sports. In workplaces, schools, and everyday life, women are often asked to perform a delicate balancing act between assertiveness and likability, ambition and approachability. Her words resonate because they reflect a universal struggle and offer a liberating alternative. By stating clearly that women can be both strong and feminine, Coco Gauff is not just making a personal statement, but contributing to a broader cultural redefinition. She is helping to dismantle outdated binaries and replace them with a more expansive, inclusive understanding of identity. As she continues her career, both her achievements and her voice will shape how future generations view women in sports. The legacy she is building is not only measured in titles and rankings, but in the confidence she inspires in others. In an era where athletes are increasingly aware of their influence, Coco Gauff stands out as someone who uses her platform with intention, courage, and authenticity. Her message is simple, but its impact is profound. Strength does not cancel femininity. Power does not erase grace. Confidence does not require compromise. Coco Gauff is living proof that women can be all of these things at once, and in doing so, redefine what excellence truly looks like. You're watching Trending Update USA, and I'm Stefan. Stay with us for more stories shaping the world of sports and beyond.